Okay. The first person I'm going to review the CV. Your postcode ends with 60A. Postcode ends with 60A. And your telephone number ends with 556. You've got a Gmail account, actually. Yeah, you got a Gmail account. And your name starts with a G. Okay. Okay. All right. The front, the page one looks okay, right? Which is good. But education, like I said, you need to put, if you can put yeah, I think it's fine anyway. So in that, it's okay. That's fine. So, but the second part, which is the experience, actually. So, like I said, you got roles that are overlapping, you need to know that. So I think you need to still work on the responsibilities and those ones. So that is still a bit of work anyway. So yeah, this did not follow what I said anyway. So go on, yeah. Okay, the second person, your telephone number ends with 8534. Your name starts with D, and you got a Gmail account. Okay, and you're a B, I think this is a BA role. Yeah, it's a BA actually. So yeah. Yeah, I love the personal statement. It's good. The skills also is the skills and tools are brilliant as well. So one thing I can say, of course, like if you can bring the education and certificates that you have at the bottom into the top, that also be brilliant, so that your experience will just start in the next page, and that's better. So the same thing, like I said, the responsibilities is that okay, but I would prefer like your responsibility should be more than 10 lines, or 10, at least 10 lines anyway. So, but it is, I think, yeah, they're not. And also you're writing I worked, I used, I think you need to remove all the pronouns, to be honest. So, and use power works as well. Power works, I think, like generate appropriate process map. That, yeah. So that is power word actually. So generate, not participate, to be honest, contributors, don't use those ones. So because it's just like you see down there. So you want to kind of use an action word that make a lot of sense. Worked on strategy, information, or improvement, yeah, that also is fine. Designed, that's another power word. Designed a training man, that's, yeah, managed, yeah. So those are the words that you want to use, to be honest. So, I think this is one of the CV that I could do with a lot, some improvement, and it will be really, really be great. So, like I said, responsibilities, look into refining that. You remove all the yeah. Then as well, if you can write the skills on each of the responsibilities that you have, the skills and the tools that you used on that particular role, and as well as the project that you worked on, that would be great. Okay. Except from that, I think it looks tidy as well. Okay. Okay. So the next person, your telephone number ends with 711, and your postcode ends with 7RF. So yeah. Okay. All right. The personal profile looks good, actually. So the skills, I think one thing, it looks good, actually, to be honest. But one thing I can say, if you can change the bullet points, right? The icon for the bullets, yeah, make it just the normal dot instead of the squared one that you are using. That would be good. Then onto the soft skills, you have the effective communication. On that, it looks as if that carries all the other one that you put in there. So let them be on the same row, actually, with your effective skills. But yeah, if you can, I think for Scrum Master, there are a lot of other tools that you can put and add, to be honest. Yeah. So education, yeah, if your education can come to the front page, that would be good as well. Yeah. So another thing, BSc owns, you say first class certificate in BSc. There's nothing like first class certificate. You just say BSc owns blah blah first class. So first class certificate, I think you kind of a bit downgraded it actually. So I would say BSc blah blah blah. Then you can now at the end you can say first class, isn't it? So which I think is better. So if that makes sense. Yeah. So for the, I think in terms of responsibilities, good. Like I said, you need to add the project that you worked on and also the skills in those two in the role that you got the Scrum Master on anyway. So if you could do that, okay. So the next person, your telephone number ends with 1374. You got a Gmail account. Your postcode ends with 5NU. 5NU. Yeah. Okay, 5NU. Okay. So now let's start with your address, right? That is fine, but when you come to the postcode, you actually wrote E in lowercase. I think that should be in capital case. Every letter or alphabets in your postcode should be in capital letter. So if you look into that, then your soft skills, I think that too long. If you put them into columns like you've done for the technical skills, it might really make a lot of sense. Then your education can come up as well. So yeah, that's fine. So let's kind of review what you put in the experience then. So I really don't know, to be honest. Maybe if you can, the description of the company, the first company, you put them in cap locks throughout. If you can remove the capital letter, excuse me, if you can remove the capital letter, would be good. I know the template sometimes will just leave capital letter in there. So, but I would say if you can, yeah, drop the capital letter, it would be nice. the responsibilities, I think they're good as well. So the project, project also, you put them in capture letter. I think the project tools, don't put them in capture letter. And I think achievement as well, on and on, everything is now capture letter. I think you need to look into those areas. So don't use capture letter for those ones. Yeah. Okay. Then you've got activity at the bottom. I don't know what that is for. At least, but I don't think that is relevant. So I don't know. Activities. It looks as if activity that is linked to uh responsibility of a BA. So if that is what you're trying to do, I would say just put them as part of that. Don't or remove it. It doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. So the next person, your telephone number ends with 15921, sorry, 1595, and you got an Outlook email address. Your okay. You just wrote B30 on as the place, so and that you leave. So and I would say, I don't know why you didn't actually put the full postcode, to be honest. So, yeah, but that's fine. Okay. The profile summary looks good, to be honest. So it's really good. I like how you kind of motivate the CRM and also dynamics within that, and also the understanding of SDLC as well. So even working with waterfall and agile methodology, which I think is really, really good. So then skills and abilities. So technical skills and tools. So I think for this one, if you can put them in columns, that would be good as well. So if you can put them in columns instead of just listing them down. But I think it's really, really good what you put in there. That very good actually. So put them in different columns, maybe 2 or 3 columns. Actually, that would be good. Experience, education, yeah. So if you can try as much as possible to make sure your education actually fits into first page, that would be brilliant. Okay. All right. I think the experience, yeah, looks okay. Projects, that's fine. Key responsibility. I think if you can do better, to be honest, if you are the one that did this, going from top, yeah, on those key responsibilities, it's not that they're bad, but I think, yeah, with the level of detail that you put at the top, you can do better on the key responsibilities. But that is okay. If you have some time, look into that. There are some of them are just like kind of punchy, right? But yeah, so if you can expand that all those ones, that would be good as well. So yeah, achievements. So I'm only looking at the one, yeah, the responsibility related to IT. So yeah, I'm not going to look at those ones that are not related to IT because I don't really know. But one thing that I can say is like, if you have roles that are not related to IT, but you have some transferable skills on them, you need to look at them and bring those parts out more than what the role is actually about. If you say, oh, I do daily stand-up or I do some meetings, yeah, weekly reviews or something like that. Yeah, like, okay, this is good, facilitating staff training and development. That it's brilliant anyway. But you want, if you can explain more on that one to say, yeah, so that would really, really be good anyways. Yeah. And deputy ward manage is instead of saying manager, I think there's a typo there. So I think that should be manager, not manage anyway. Yeah. Okay. Right. 1 minute. I think I saw this before. There's another CV from this person again. Okay, that makes sense anyway. So I think, okay, I saw this before, but I think there's a difference. Okay, I'll quickly just say another thing I remember. Yeah, I think I've already kind of given an update anyway. But this is the person, your CV, your telephone number ends with 0711, 0711, and your postcode ends with 7RF. Look into your name as well. So if you can shorten it, that's fine. So like I said, the skills, the tools, yeah, look into the bullet points. In this particular one, you can see it's got two types of bullet points. So in the one that I'm looking at right now, it's 3 columns. The skills has got 3 columns, but you can see the one on the tools has got the dot bullet point, where the other one has got square bullet point. Use the dot one. So that I think those are better. Bring the education a little bit up so that the experience starts in the next line. So I think just, yeah, I've already made comments on what you need to do on the responsibilities as well. Okay. The next person, your postcode ends with 9LP, 9LP, and you've got telephone number ending with 0858, 0858. To be honest, I really don't know why people are scared to put full address. It's not, even if you put number 2, blah, blah, people that they will not come to your house anyway. So I don't know. So, well, it's your call anyway. So, but on my CV, I put the address in there anyway. So, but it's left for you. Yeah. Okay. So now, okay. The profile summary looks okay, but if you can add another um paragraph to that, that would be good. But to be honest, I think it's good. Look at the skills. I think you can add more to the soft skills and also to technical skills as well. Education is fine. Experience, responsibilities, projects. Okay. If you can, yeah, for instance, I would not do 3-word responsibility, prepare project document. What was that? So you need to kind of, yeah. So if facilitate refinement. So you need to, yeah. And yeah, so stakeholder management, what is that? So you need to, yeah, don't use those 2 words in yours. Yeah, I think make it like a sentence that would actually make a meaning, if that's okay. Yeah. Okay. For instance, facilitate workshop. Well, that's okay. but what type of workshop was it for? And yeah, so that if you make it into a line, that would be good anyway. So yeah. So okay. Like I said, yeah, because this is only IT role on your CV, so I will leave it for now. And the project, I would say you put project, just put the name of the project and then describe it. I think that's fine. So this is what I would say anyway. Yeah. So the next person, your postcode ends with 7AY, 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 and your telephone number ends with 1922, 1922. That's your telephone number. And then yeah. So you got a Gmail account anyway. Yeah. Okay. See a data analyst role. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think one thing I can say about this one, so the skis looks okay, but I don't know whether you want to kind of put this into columns. That's fine. So yeah, if you can do that, that would be good. I'm not sure if you need the SSE, to be honest, and on the, yeah, I would kind of remove it for me, but if you want to leave it, I know there's some CV people put that in there, but for you is a long time. So because of that, I don't think is I don't think it would be relevant, to be honest. Okay. So work experience, business intelligence analyst, yeah. Yeah, you need to work on that one. So you only put like 5 requirements. I like the details of each one of them, but work more on them and put, yeah, more detail. And I like the fact that you also put, yeah, using the blah blah, which I think is really, really good. So if you can kind of look more and add a few, but I think it looks good because you've kind of added a lot of things into the 5 points. But if you can see other thing that you can add, because for, yeah, even you can also talk about the fact that what you use Excel for, to get it now, for pivot tables, those things like that, using SQL, joins and everything. Yeah, all those things are really, really important for someone to put on the CV as a DA as well. Okay. I don't know if you actually need the second, yeah, because for instance, your CV went from business intelligence officer and it went to another role, support, and also data analyst. I don't know whether you need that support when they think about it, but yeah, it doesn't follow what I ask anyway. But if you that's what you want to do, is fine. But the format looks okay anyway. But if you look into the content once again, yeah. So the next person, your postcode ends with 7AW. Your postcode ends with 7AW, and your telephone number ends with 588. 588 is a Gmail account. Anyway, it's a Gmail email account. Okay, I have strong Excel skill. So strong should be lowercase s for a start. So yeah, Excel, maybe that can be in capital letter if you want to say MX Excel or Microsoft Excel. So that can be in uppercase anyway. So yeah. Okay. I think the front page looks good actually. So experience look also good. One thing I can say, the templates looks good actually, but I know that you can add more to the requirements actually. So it's how you started is wonderful. It's good actually. So even talking about achieving no, achieving and exceeding data accuracy KPI, blah blah. I think it's okay anyway. So collecting and analyzing, blah, 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 which I think is also a great one. So I think if you can look more and yeah, talk about put the tools that you worked on, and that would be good as well. So the next person, your CV, to be honest, I won't even review this one. Apologies. Actually, it doesn't even meet my requirement at all. So go and watch my video. I think I even gave a template. But okay. All right. Your telephone number ends with 9046 9046 9046. And yeah, it's a Gmail account. It's got 8689 inside the Gmail. Yeah. So it doesn't, even the header doesn't follow what I said. So I think you need to still work on even the way you put. I work in a team, 18 people, 6 Scrum Masters, 5 BA, 5 QA, and even the fact that I even mentioned this yesterday as well. And at the beginning of the program, I mentioned that that is not a true color of, so I think you need to listen to all this one. So to be honest, this is not really a good representation, to be honest. So, you need to kind of rework all these things actually. So, and in terms of competence, core competence, a bit look okay. So that's fine. Career, yeah. There are bits, there's some part that I think looks okay. So, for instance, I can see you've kind of put some responsibilities in there, which I think, but I would say that go and check out for my video on how to kind of, write your CV, create your CV. So I'll move on to the next person. The next person, your telephone number ends with 186 186. You got a Yahoo email account. You haven't got address on your CV. So I would say maybe you should add an address if you want to. So your professional summary, it looks tidy, to be honest. I think it looks a bit tidy, and I'm not sure. I think it looks okay. But one thing that I can say is put a space in between the two paragraphs, actually. So, which I think is good. The core competence, or no, the core and technical skills are good. Actually, it are a lot of details you've added there. Anyway, so then the career summary. So one thing I can say is if you bring the education and membership to the top, that would be good. So yeah, into the top page, first page. Yeah. If you put it after the core technical skills, after the core technical skills, if you put the education and membership there. Then another thing that you could also do, yeah, the bullet points, let's be consistent as well. So I think you're using the arrow on the education and membership. Use the dot one that we used previously. Another thing is like in terms of the education, add the years, the year that you actually finish them. That also is good if you want to. Anyway, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, kind of like what you've done, to be honest. It's really, really a great CV, actually, to be honest. I think this is good. Yeah. So the only thing that I can ask you to do is if you can actually at the end of all the responsibilities, if you add the tools, I can see that you've added some of them inside the responsibilities. Try to put them and say, okay, keys and tools, and then you can list them in there as well. It would actually make your CV richer, actually, because at that time, you know that each of these particular tools, for instance, when you're talking about UX, you're talking about Epics or Azure DevOps, you have it in your key responsibility, and you also have it in key tools at the bottom. So that's one thing I can say. It's really, really good anyway. So yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Think okay, you need to prepare to answer some questions on your CV because your role goes from Scrum Master, Finance Manager, Finance Accountant, and Scrum Master. So they will ask you why are you kind of switching in between. So that's another question you should be ready to answer. Okay, the next person, your telephone number ends with 4755, 4755, 4755, and your postcode ends with 1WW. Okay. I don't know which one is your first name or second name. So in the UK, excuse me, in the UK, first name comes first before your last name. Okay. So look into that. If, yeah, which one is your first name? So you need to put that. And yeah. Okay. And okay. This looks good, to be honest. I think, I don't know. If you try, you can send it out and see what you get. But if you don't get a lot of feedback, change the format, actually. Use a format that don't have columns, actually, on 2 columns. But this is good. So the only thing I can say, if you want to add, is to put the project that you worked on for each of the project, for each of the rows. But in terms of comments, yeah, it's good. And if you want to add more responsibilities as well, but it looks good anyway. So well done. Even though it's just two page anyway, so it's okay. So and before I actually go, so your overview, right? I think there's one one of them is cutting off at the end. The last line at the end didn't show properly. Look into that anyway. But overall, it looks good. So, and okay, the next person, your postcode ends with 6BG, and your telephone number ends with 7388. So I think you might need to rework this one, to be honest. So in terms of format, so one, you've started very well with the profile, which I think it looks good, right? You can see a lot of keywords in there. Yeah, I think the profile is good, but one thing I can say when it comes to the experience, but okay, if you can bring the skills activity, the skills to the top, right? The education and the skills to the top after your profile, that would be good. But also bear in mind the education, right? When you mention the education, just put the date of graduation, okay? So without having to put from and to, right? So, and that will be good, yeah. Yeah, just put the date of graduation if that is fine. So, but, and also the education, you've got capital letters. Actually, try as much as possible to drop the capital letters, okay? So, yeah, if you can write them. And the same thing with the responsibilities as well. So most of the responsibilities that you've done, you put them in capital letters. So try not to do so. But if you look at the responsibility for the Scrum Master, it looks good actually. So, but ensure that you don't put them in capital letter. But the only thing that I want to also say, working with coaching. So I think, yeah, like I said, use power word actually. What exactly did you do, right? Working closely with product owner. What exactly did you do with product owner? Yeah, that's another thing. So, and implementing agile framework, yeah, that is good. Coordinating sprint, that is brilliant. Coaching, that also is good. Guiding, that also is good. But helping to build, what is that? What is your role, right? What are you helping with? So that's another thing. Ensuring Scrum, yeah, that also is another good one as well. So you just need to look into how you phrase your words actually. Okay, I think that is it, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah, I've got a few more minutes, I think 10 minutes. So for any questions, if you want to type your questions or if you want to unmute, yeah.
Hey, Deji.
Aye.
Hey, Claude speaking.
Aye.
Please, I have a question.
Please.
Yeah, I wanted to know the video that you did. I mean, you talk about the how to do the CV. What was the title of that video, please?
Oh, so that means you were not there, right?
I was there, but I'm doing a lot of things, so I forgot.
You need to check it because even in the internship, another work I give to everyone in the team is to collate those videos, right? So if you have done that, you will have seen where the videos are as well. Anyway, so maybe you speak to any member of your team, they would know. But actually, it's on Blue Sky channel as well. It's on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Any other question, please? Any question? Okay, cool. All right, I think we take a pause.